So it's we're at Occupy San Francisco, and my friend here, fellow occupier, is going to tell us about his 3 rules for occupying, what the occupation idea is all about. And it's just to say the date and time. It's Tuesday, November 15th, 2011, and we're at the Embarcadero of San Francisco. When I walked up to this gentleman, he told me his 3 rules. So I'm going to ask you to explicate on those 3 rules for Occupy San Francisco, or for the Occupy movement in general.
Well, the 3 rules that I just kind of made up on the fly, without thinking about. The reason I did that was only to see and test the integrity of the person I'm talking to. What I really did was I engaged the person in a moral exchange. When I engage someone in a moral exchange, what I'm doing is I'm seeing what their personal boundaries are and what mine are, and comparing them. That way I do not offend nor harm the person I am with. That's the key. Coexistence, which creates peace. If we cannot coexist, we cannot be peaceful, and this protest will fall to pieces. No matter who walks into this camp, it's my job and anyone else's job who lives here to talk to that person, figure out who they are, and develop a personal relationship with that person. That way, if anything seems to offend that person, they can avoid conflict. They can still coexist.
We can negotiate. Yes?
We can compromise. We can be human. We can understand each other.
Actually, I walked up to, do you want to give a name for yourself?
My name is Phoenix.
Phoenix. I walked up to Phoenix and asked Phoenix if I could take his photograph, and he said, under these conditions. So go ahead with the rest of the conditions. And I said to Phoenix, I like a person who can set limits. And I do. Make it clear.
Well, the first condition was she would have to sit and have a conversation with me. The second condition was I forget what the second one, but I remember the third one.
Okay.
The third one was that she had to know what it meant to understand.
I think one of them was, and maybe the second one was, and they really caught me because I agree so much with them, that I had to spend time with you, getting to know you.
Yes.
And not just breeze on by, because it's an interchange between one human being and another.
Exactly. That's the point of our existence. See, if we do not sit and talk to each other and learn from each other and share whatever knowledge we've accumulated over the years, be it 10 years, be it 1,000, we won't understand life. We have to be able to put each other in each other's shoes. We have to see things from every angle. Because if you look at a cube and you say that that cube only has 2 sides, because you only see 2 sides of that cube, that makes you ignorant of the rest of the cube. The idea is, instead of all of us being at the bottom of the mountain, arguing about how to get to the top of the mountain, we are supposed to say, hey my brother, you need help getting up to the top of the mountain, so we can both look and see for ourselves what that is like.
It's called empathy?
It's called understanding.
All right. So,
empathy, sympathy, psychic behavior, all of that develops from complete and total understanding of you and me. If me and you decide to walk down the street to the corner store, I'm going to have a conversation with you and get to know you better, right?
Right.
Well, when 2 people spend too much time with each other, they start to act like each other. Psychically speaking, this is called a psychic connection. What happens when 2 people start to think very much alike? They start to read each other's minds. Because they already know what the other person's thinking. They ran that same amount of thought process around in their brain. What I practice is geometrical thinking. What I seek is to gain the most understanding by understanding how you think and how the people think. If we all understand each other, we can't go wrong. Peace will come out of that. But first we must learn. The key is education. The key is humbling oneself enough just so that one person can learn, and then share that knowledge with everyone else. That's what spreading the word means. If you think that religion is a lie, check again, because it's not the religion or the dogma that matters. It's the principles and morals within. It's the ideas. It's the thought processes. It's the conclusions that the brain makes that matter, not what other people's opinions are. You're supposed to learn from each other, not debate or argue, and come to the best conclusion based on the best knowledge that applies to the most people. Because instead of thinking of yourself as you, if you think of yourself as us or we, you can understand what that means to everyone else.
And one of the things that I love about the Occupy movement is the very thing you said. It acts against all the divisiveness that we've been subjected to in this culture. It's an attempt to redress that, to change it from within. That's my interpretation. And Phoenix, thank you so much for this. It's beautifully said. I know there's more, but I'm going to let people take in just this much.
That's all we need to know.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.